Hello everybody, welcome back to another LEGO review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Resistance ITS Transport. And this one is transported from the Galaxy's Edge Trading Outpost. This is one that came out with the whole slew of things that came from the Trading Outpost, so like basically Disneyland and Disney World that were like a play off of those things. They created a LEGO set. This is very special, I guess, for LEGO because it is based off of part of a ride, which is really cool. Only time you see this, to my knowledge, this vehicle here. But it is ages 9+, set 75293 with 932 pieces, and it retails for about $100. I think it is exactly like $99. And so for 932 pieces, it's fairly fair. You do get 4 minifigures, which we'll go into in a little bit. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get started. So for $100, you get basically 4 minifigures. Technically only 2 real minifigures because droids, LEGO does not count as minifigures. So you can make the determination on your own if that is worth it. I tend to, when you get more expensive sets, you want to have more minifigures. This is definitely one of the exceptions. But I think still they offer some really unique characters that are pretty fun as well. So let's go ahead and start droids first. So the first one we have is this Gonk Power Droid, which is a brick-built droid in this like really cool, I guess it's a sand green. And I think the legs are pretty unique as well. The Gonk droids have always been brick built, excuse me. And I really like the coloring on this one. It makes sense that they would be traveling with a Gonk droid because again, it does, oops, I just ripped off his leg. He does serve as a power source. So really cute, nice little brick build. Obviously, as you can see, the thing with built characters is they can come apart. And then we have an Astromech Droid, and this one is just listed as an Astromech Droid. For those of you who have been to Disneyland or Disney World and ridden Rise of Resistance, which is what this set is based off of, you might recognize this droid specifically as the farrier for your ride vehicle, which I thought was really cool that they included that. It would, you know, not make a whole lot of sense, I guess, to include the ride vehicle, but it would be sort of neat. But I do like that they included the droid, even though this isn't obviously a Resistance droid, but I think that the coloring on him is very unique. I like the head. We get a lot of domed Astromech, so it's really nice to get a kind of not domed Astromech, I guess. And I think that the printing on it is really good and looks really, really nice. And there is no back printing on the back of this, as they haven't done that yet for Astromech droids, but I'm just waiting for that, honestly, but I think it looks fantastic. Next up, you get V Maraudie, and she is seen throughout the Disney parks as one of the walk-around characters. She is originally based from the Galaxy's Edge novel, I believe. So she is a completely original character to Galaxy's Edge, which I think is really cool that they included her in this set. I love the ombre in her hair going from black to blue. It looks really, really clean. I really just love this hairpiece. I also like that she is brown. I love brown Legos. They're just not very common, so I absolutely love when I'm able to get some. They're some of my favorites. And then I love her jacket. The orange and then the little rebel symbol is very unique to her. I wish they had done something for her pants. Again, this is, you know, a $100 set, so you think that they could do some better printing maybe for that. I know that Resistance characters generally aren't as unique and cool as Empire, but I think she still looks really good and is very recognizable if you have ever seen the character. So I think she fits well in this set. And then we get Lieutenant Beck, which I think is the highlight minifigure, just because he is obviously a Mon Calamari and his head is Admiral Akbar's head and just molded in different colored plastic. I think he looks fantastic. He's definitely wearing a very rebel or resistance outfit. Again, I wish they had done something with the pants. That is a bummer, but he is actually goes really well with the set. He is one of the captains of this ship. When you are on the ride, this is part of the ride experience, and he is actually a character on that. So I think it's very fitting that he is included. And I think overall he looks really good. He could be a little bit more decorated though. I do wish that this LEGO set had included, there's another pilot. He's like 9 Nub in terms of species. I can't think of what that species is. But he's the other pilot to this ship here. And I think that it would have been really cool to include him as well. I mean, you're only getting 4 characters, so I don't know really why they didn't do that. But I think that the selection that you get is very fitting for what you see in Galaxy's Edge. And so, I mean, I can't really complain there. I think it's a decent selection. So, but yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the actual Resistance transport. right, so here is the actual transport here, and I'll just show it through all angles kind of as I speak here, but you see this if you've ever ridden the ride, and it is basically the turnstile to get you from one scene to the other. So basically the Rebel encampment on the Black Spire Outpost to a Star Destroyer in space. And so you take this vehicle, and they've got a really clever contraption of transporting you from one scene to the other, and basically you ride in this thing and it takes you into space, if you will. So it's basically, you know, I mean, it's a transport or maybe a big freighter it can act like, but it looks pretty good. You see it, obviously, it's carved into like kind of a mountainous side in the ride itself, but you do enter in the same way. And that's what was really special for me for this ship, is because it was actually the only Star Wars ship I've ever, you know, ridden other than the Millennium Falcon now. If you go to Galaxy's Edge, I guess you could say the same. So it is pretty cool for that alone. I do like the blue and gray detailings. There are a couple of stickers here, and then a little one up here. So not super heavy on stickers. I think overall the outer design looks pretty good. It's very unique. It gives you kind of like a Tantive feel in terms of like transport with the multiple engines on the back, which I think look really cool. You do have some stud shooters, which I think would have looked better if they had given you trans orange studs, which I know they make. So I don't really know why they didn't do that. It would have blended in better. This back black orb is a little bit odd. I'm not really sure what it's supposed to do or show or provide, but there it is. The other side, you get a couple more stickers. And then the front, you get just a small view screen, which is just, you know, it's like a hazy smoke gray trans, and then some more stud shooters for playability. And those do rotate, which is cool. It's a nice, you can kind of aim them if you want to. And overall, this set is really awesome. I mean, it's super sturdy. There's no handle for this, even though it's pretty big, because, I mean, you literally can pick it up absolutely anywhere, and it's just built really well. It's got like a Technic base frame, so that's what makes it so strong. And then obviously it's got a little bit of playability, not as much as I would have liked. So yeah, let's go ahead and move into that. So here's the transport with all of the hatches extended. The very top here does totally disconnect so that you can play on the inside. And then each door opens, and this is how it opened in the in World, I guess. It opened with these kind of doors, and you just walked up through there. This inside part, I'll close these doors for the effect. But this inside part is supposed to act as the actual transportation spot, and it's really, really small. Obviously, as you can tell, it doesn't hold a lot of room, and they give you this, I think it's a silly little cargo box with just 2 guns in there. And I wish that it was wider so that you could fit more Star Wars characters inside. I mean, it is a Rebel transport. So that was kind of disappointing. The build is okay on the inside. I feel like there's a lot of wasted space in these sections here, and then obviously the walls are the doors. I do like the way that this closes up with the kind of double door style. I think that looks really nice. If you do this one first and then this one, you can actually see through it, but from the right angle, this is the way it's supposed to close. If you close it the other way, you're gonna have more of a gap. Let's see, this way. You'll have more of a gap on the outside. And so it is supposed to close the other way. It's kind of a bad angle though. So the interior is definitely lackluster. I do really, however, like the way the cockpit opens here. I think that is super cool. The way that it just like lifts up and over. And then the design up here is really pretty seamless. I think that looks nice. On the interior, there's only room for 1 character, which is maybe why they only included Lieutenant Beck. He can sit in there. If they had created a spot for the other pilot, it would be nice to have 2 spaces, but I guess it's a non-issue since it didn't happen. I'm just gonna set him in here so that you guys can see the space. And so he fits, and there is a sticker on the inside. I can't even hardly show it. I don't even know why they included a sticker, because literally nobody can see it but the minifigure. And the minifigure has no real eyes. So, but you can close that up and he can drive. And then you can throw the other characters kind of inside. Base to stand in, unfortunately. I mean, even just to get the characters that this comes with, I mean, you literally just have to like set the Gonk droid on top of this box. If you took out the box, you could put the Gonk droid in there. And then this panel here, it just sits on this little jumper 4x4 here and here, and just clips in just like that, and it stays on really well. It does have a little bit of articulation on the sides, but it comes off easy and it stays together. And so that's basically the ship. I definitely wish that it had included 1 more minifigure, the other pilot for this ship, and then I wish that it had more play features and was just overall, you know, had they spent a little bit more money, on this set. Maybe they could have expanded and make it a little bigger. I'd pay for that price difference. But overall, I think it's cool. I think overall the outside look of it looks really nice. And it's recognizable if you have been to Galaxy's Edge. And that's what I think it is so cool for. I hope that maybe they'll do other Galaxy's Edge inspired Lego sets. I say that and I can't think of a single one that they'd be able to do. You know, I mean, we've got Smuggler's Run, but that's just the Millennium Falcon. So I don't know, but I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Oh, they could make Oga's Cantina. That would be cool. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and thank you for watching. Until my next one, I will see you guys later. Bye.